Hello!
Welcome to the Knit Girls.
This is episode 151.
Yes. We're kind of thrown off our game because we're in the same room.
And we didn't do show notes because
No.
we're super lazy.
And it's early, I say early in the morning. It's almost noon.
We've been super lazy all week long.
Yes. I think while Laura's here, we've mostly napped, read books, and eaten. That's pretty much...
We knit some too.
A
We
little
watched
bit.
some podcasts.
Yeah,
We spent a day in New York City.
we did.
I'm Laura, also known as Lola.
I'm Leslie, also known as You Don't Call Me Les.
And welcome to the Knit Girls.
We're in my basement. It's kind of cold out here.
I could have told you that. I'm like bundled up, layered, wearing my new scarf
I was
from
going to say,
Diane.
that's a nice scarf you got there.
So pretty, look. I'm not gonna do it justice, but see.
So if you watch Knittables, this was the scarf that she made out of socks that rock that she was very proud
I'll
of.
take it off.
And
I'm
it is
wearing it for a loop. It's
beautiful.
doing it like that. And then when we were in New York, it was so cold, I was like, every inch of me had to be covered.
Well, she says that. Like, I had a button down with a sweater over it with another sweater on top, but by, I don't know, an hour into it, I was down to the button down. I was burning out.
And I had my jacket and my sweater and my t-shirt and my Ugg boots and my hair knit socks.
Yes.
And my scarf.
All right, so we should save the chatter till the end. So for
Okay.
people that don't care about that, they can skip it. So we generally start with works in progress. What you got?
I am working on the hat.
That's a real pretty yarn you got there.
It was yarn gifted to me for my birthday. My friend Mel, this is some of her hand spun. She sent it to me as a birthday present, which is awesome, and I had to cast on with it right away. It is a merino tencel blend by Abstract Fiber Arts. Abstract Fibers. I don't think I have a tab. That's what it looks like in the ball. It's very pretty.
And
I'm
what's really
enjoying it.
funny is that started out in my house. And I sent Mel a bunch of different fibers when she started spinning to try. So it started here, it went to Hawaii, to Kauai, and then it went back here for Laura. I like it. I think that's fun.
It's a very cool round robin sort of thing. So
Yeah.
that's the only thing that I have actively on the needles right now. I'm probably going to cast on something a little bit later in the day.
And that's probably because she's finished a bunch of stuff all at once.
Well, hopefully.
So I have more than one thing on the needles. So the first thing I've got on the needles you guys have seen before, and that is my watercourse, which is a sweater by Karina Spencer. And
I like the layout of that.
yeah, it
It's
looks
really pretty.
like the paper looks like it's art spattered and all that. I like
very
it.
neat.
It's cute. It's not overwhelming. You can still read the pattern and everything. So anyhow, it's a bottom-up sweater with an I-cord cast on, and then you do sleeves, and there's a hood. I don't know that I'm going to do the hood. I haven't totally decided that.
I think the hood makes the sweater.
I like it, don't get me wrong, but I'm just not sure yet. We'll see. I'm not there yet.
What
So,
kind of collar would you do instead of the hood?
I don't know. Don't ask me questions I don't know the answer to.
Okay.
So I'm knitting this out of Madeline Tosh Vintage in the Tart colorway,
Pretty.
which was one of those colors that I've been saving and saving for the right perfect sweater, and that's just silly. You should knit the things that you love.
I really like that.
So this is, gosh, this is so much easier with two people in the same room. This is the center back detail, and you decrease, I think 18 stitches at this
I'm
point.
really far on this.
And I've only got about 2 more inches before I'm up to the armpits. And I don't know if I knit the sleeves and then join it like a yoke sweater or not. I have to read the pattern.
The pockets are very cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And it's a really nice fabric, so I don't know, I'm enjoying it. And
They
then
add some heft to the
Yeah.
pockets.
I think it's a really nicely done sweater. And this is being knit on my size 8 signature 5.00 millimeters. And I'm enjoying it. I've knit on this to and from New York because we had Sue's offer to drive. And that was very sweet of her.
nice.
And
That
she
was
didn't
very,
lose
very
either
nice.
of the Knit Girls in New York City.
We tried to lose her.
A couple times.
We like to walk out in traffic randomly.
Yeah, and Suze is a law-abiding citizen who waits for the crosswalk sign. So, anyhow, so that's the first thing. I haven't worked on it since yesterday, just because I cast on something new that I'm really enjoying. So,
Cool.
I've been working with Dana of Unwind Yarn Company, and she dyed a colorway for me. And this is, again, Unwind Yarn Company. It's Crafty Girl 83 on Rav, and it's unwindyarncompany.etsy.com. And this is the colorway that she dyed for me, and I decided to name it Stop and Smell the Poppies. So it's kind of an orangey red, and it's got the reference to Wizard of Oz. And I really like it. It's got just a hint of sparkle. It's not too overwhelming. And I have 2 skeins of this, and it's 438 yards per skein, so it's a really nice.
Is that the sock weight?
Yes.
Oh. I thought you got DK for some reason.
No, I got sock.
Wow.
And
so you have 860 yards?
I do.
Huh.
So I decided, oh, there it is. And I'm just using a little project bag that I made, just a silly little thing. And first I was going to knit this sideways, like stole with I-cord on the edges so that you could wrap it around and then tie it behind. But I couldn't quite, like I cast it on and I got a couple inches into it and it just wasn't speaking to me, so I pulled it out. And I decided instead I'm going to knit a traditional Shetland square with color work on the edging. And I'm not certain if it's going to be like stripes or slip stitches or fair out. I haven't quite worked that far yet. But it's very simple, and I'll write up the pattern as well because I'm just designing something because I couldn't find what I really wanted, so I just decided to design something. So it's just at the center right now. It's a center out, and it'll be square, even though it doesn't look square. It will be square once it's blocked out. And I really love the depth of color. I think that
that's a really pretty colorway.
The shades of orange and red work well together. I don't know. I really like it. I think she did a good job. So
it always does a good job.
It's very kind of simple at this point. It's just stockinette, and you're increasing 4 stitches around. It's not a difficult thing to do. So I'm happy with it. It's been what I've started knitting it last night, and I've just been kind of going on it since then. So I have no FOs, I don't think. No. That didn't sound good.
Someone dropped something.
I don't know what it is, and I'm not going to check. So there is another adult here supervising my child. But you have FOs.
I do. I have 2 FOs. I am starting to design a collection that is all based on travels, and it's going to be called Safe Travels. And the first design in the collection is entitled Walking in Memphis, and it uses Unwind Yarn Company's Memphis Blues colorway. It is a hat. Let's see if I can put it on. It's going to look silly because I have no hair.
Here. I have hair.
Oh, go for it.
It has a cool I-cord brim. I like that.
It's fun. It's going to be like a medium size.
Whoa! I got hair on my face.
So that's what it looks like, and it's going to be the first in a collection of 6 patterns, all inspired by different cities.
This is mine.
You take pictures in it. But so this is the first.
And that was with her Aran?
Yes, it's in her Aran weight. So it's a real quick, I use size 8 needles, real quick project. Hey, Neelix. Garter stitch, just fun, easy project. With a little bit of still detail on it. My theory behind this collection is I want stuff that's small, so it's all going to be accessories that are perfect to knit while you're traveling. So,
because you happen to do a lot of traveling.
I do a little bit of traveling every once in a while, and I figured some other people might as well. The second thing I finished, which was super not portable on the plane.
But she insisted.
But I insisted on doing it, is I finished my sweater. Atelier. It has not, it got worn and it got like spritz blocked, but not really blocked. So when I get home, it'll get washed and wet blocked correctly.
So the edges roll, and they're meant to roll, like that's in the pattern.
Yep.
But it fits her really nicely.
Well, thank you. And it uses Volmiza DK.
In the Moses?
In the Moses colorway. And it's a great, it's kind of very similar to the sweater I have on now, just great throw over a t-shirt, wear with jeans type sweater, or wear with khakis to work. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. So those are my 2 finished objects of the week.
You breezed through those so fast. Like the sweater is just no big deal. I just finished a sweater in 2 weeks.
It was like 2.5 weeks,
Oh,
and it was a lot of knitting. I'm not going to say that I breezed through that one.
But it was 2.5 weeks that you knit a sweater. That's impressive.
Yeah. It was good.
It was what, 3 skeins? So
3 skeins of Volmiza DK, but I didn't use all of the 3rd skein.
Well, still, that was like 1,400 yards.
Yeah, I would say total maybe 1,400 yards.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
You should be happy.
I'm very happy with how it turned out. In fact, I'm going to start another sweater with some Volmiza DK pretty shortly because I might have caught an update that happened this past week.
I did look when the Loopy U posted that it was up. I did go and look, but this is mostly just fiber. There's a whole other thing of yarn over there and another one over there that you can't see. And I've been buying, so I kind of decided almost a year ago to stop buying single skeins of sock yarn because I have a lot of that. I mean, I think that's what, once you really get into knitting, that's one of the things that you sort of you pick up as like souvenirs as you go places. And that's great, but I have a lot of it and I haven't used most of it. So I decided, well, I'm going to start only buying sweaters worth. And that's a great process, except A, it's more expensive, and B, now I have 2+ dozen sweaters worth of yarn. I've got to stop until I knit some sweaters. So,
and you're knitting a sweater now, so.
I'm knitting a sweater now, and I love it lots, and I know that I will love it when it's finished, but still, I don't knit as quickly as I purchase, so I'm slowing down. I'm trying to slow down.
I'm going to try to be good until Maryland Sheep'em Wool.
Yeah.
To some degree. I'll probably pick up a skein of yarn in San Antonio when I go in April.
Yeah, it's fun. You're going to meet the mustache girls.
I am.
It's going to be
gonna
awesome.
be lots of fun. Alright, so neither of us have spinning, mostly because I was trying to finish a sweater.
And traveling.
And traveling. And Leslie was trying to work on the sweater.
Yeah.
And getting the house ready for me.
Which didn't happen. It's a disaster.
It's
but
fine.
she's used to it being a disaster, so... yeah, so, and we also don't have a book to review this week because Laura, I don't know, read 4 books while she was here, but they weren't...
There was a really good horror one. I was trying to, it's written in red, and it's definitely more of a horror type, paranormal urban fantasy, but ooh, there were some parts where eyes were getting plucked out, and I was like, I gotta take a little break.
Yeah. And I asked her this morning, I said, so how's your crazy book? And she was like, oh, that was 3 books ago. And I was like, that was yesterday. I've never met anybody who can read as fast as she can.
I enjoy reading.
But I'm reading the 2nd book in the Blood Song series. It's called The Witches of Windshar. It's a Barbara Hambly book that was recommended by
I like Barbara Hambly.
And
We've
I like
already had this discussion, but I like her lots. Alright, so favorite things. So obviously...
Yeah, we're 15 minutes in, and that's one of my favorite things, and I wish she'd move already. And I just wanted to say, for all the people who have mentioned that on Ravelry, especially in regards to all the technical problems that we've been having with long-distance recording, she knows that y'all want her to move. She's aware. And if she got $1 every time somebody suggested it, she'd have the money to move. But we're working on it.
Yeah, we'll see.
So anyhow.
She's working on it.
Yeah, I'm not alone.
Alright, so I flew in Friday. Oh, I didn't bring my card. And my sister-in-law picked me up at the airport.
Yep.
And she had my nieces with her. And I got to hang with them all day Friday. And my niece Julia, who's almost 4, she'll be 4 in May, made me an awesome birthday card with like rainbows and hearts. And she wrote Auntie Lala on it. It was and signed her name. It's very well done. So it's already packed in my bag to go home so I don't lose it. But that was definitely a highlight, spending time with my nieces, who are hilarious.
They are.
They're lots of fun and lots of personality. And then Leslie picked me up, and we went out to dinner with my brother-in-law and sister.
Yeah, so I drove from New Jersey to Pennsylvania to Philly to pick her up, and then we went and picked up Laura's sister, Beck, and her husband, Matt. And then we decided to just go to another state for dinner.
Delaware.
We went to Delaware
That's
for
pretty
Mexican.
close.
Yeah.
It was like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, yeah.
And so 3 states in 3 hours. And we got to hang with them, which is always fun. Beck is a blast, and Matt is so her perfect significant other. And
they complement each other very well.
They do. And then I got to bring Laura home.
Yep.
And by the time we got home, we were both exhausted.
We went to bed. We knit for a little while.
Yeah.
And we watched the Mustache Girls podcast.
Yeah, Friday night.
And then Saturday we got up super early.
Yeah, like 6:45, and got ready to go and meet Sue's to go into New York City, because we wanted to get there early enough before the traffic got real crazy, and we wanted to try to hit a couple of yarn shops up early.
And I got bagels, and they were delicious.
Bagels, yeah.
I got a bagel, but it was very good.
And so the shops that we visited in New York, we stopped by. Well, we went by the first one, which was closed when we got there. It wasn't open yet. Knitty City wasn't open so we went back later. But so the first one we went to was String, and that had a lot of like cashmere and really fine yarns. I didn't find anything in that one that I just couldn't live without, but it was a really cool shop, and it was in a really pretty part of town. And then
It was
we
very
went
interesting. Then we went to the button place.
Yes, Tender Buttons.
Which was very cool, and I got some buttons for my next sweater.
And then we went to Pearl Soho,
which was awesome.
Yes.
And you have to show what you got at Pearl Soho.
So first I want to talk about transportation in New York City. So what we decided we were going to do was we were going to park the car in a parking garage, which we ended up parking on like 75th and Broadway, somewhere in there. There's a parking garage. And then we decided we were going to do transit around town, like subways or taxis, whatever. In my brain, which all of you New York City natives or anybody who's ever used the subway system in New York City or any major city probably can laugh at me, but in my brain the subway was a single entity. Like you could get on any train and get anywhere in the city, which I now
like
realize
a taxi cab.
Is ridiculous. Like they go different directions, right? And so one can't take you everywhere. It's not the Willy Wonka elevator, you know. But yeah, so we got on a couple of wrong trains.
But we figured it out in short order.
It was fun. I mean, it was fun. It wasn't the end of the world.
It was an adventure.
Yeah. I mean, we get lost when we go anywhere. If we don't get lost, then there's something wrong. But
that's very true.
We ended up taking a taxi and then another subway, and
we finally got to Pearl Soho.
We did finally get to Pearl Soho. So we stopped in real quick and got directions to a good Chinese place in Chinatown, which is a couple, 15 minutes away. We walked there. And so we got to see the fish markets, and we walked through Little Italy and Chinatown, and we had pretty good lunch in Chinatown.
We had a very good lunch.
I don't remember what the name of the place was. It was very busy and very packed, so we took that as a good sign. And then we went back to Pearl Soho and made some purchases.
And I had a surprise waiting for me at the checkout.
You did.
Both my sister and a good friend of mine got me gift certificates to Pearl Soho, so that was very unexpected and very awesome.
So she got to treat herself to some really nice
some stuff that the price point on had kind of been holding me back a little bit.
It's easier when you're spending other people's money.
But I was like, I really have always wanted to try that, so I'm going to try it.
Yeah. So I got some fabric and some other things. So I'll show you the fabric first. Pearl Soho has fabric and yarn. And I got this like Spectrum bundle, which is, these are fat quarters. And I have a lot of these prints that coordinate with these colors. So I thought it would be fun to do coordinating like chevrons or, I don't know, something fun. And this was $36 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fat quarters. Which is a pretty good price for coordinating, and it's probably Kona cotton, I would expect. That's what it feels like. So I got that, and then I got this fabric, which is super cute.
Love it.
And they had this print in a couple of different colors, and
super cute.
It was kind of pricey, I'm not gonna lie. It was $27 a yard, which I just sort of soothed myself by the assumption that it was woven by virgin priestesses in some, forgotten
island. The actual
islands.
sheep on it wove it.
Yeah,
with their little hooves.
It's beautiful, and it'll be a really great accent fabric for some souvenir bags or something, because I've already been told I have to make some souvenir bags for the people that were with me, which were Susan and Laura. And I really like it. I think it's really cute. I have no idea who the maker was or anything. You can find it on the Pearl Soho website.
Is it printed on the side? Because sometimes they print on the sides.
I don't know. That's a good idea. The selvage.
Yeah.
No. Oh.
Yeah, Rico.
Rico.
It's made in Japan,
so that's probably
why.
part of it. By Virgin Priestesses. But I don't know. I really liked it. And then they had a shop sample of a loom out, and I had kind of like, so Diane has been weaving a lot lately, and I've been like, it's cool, but it's not really my thing. And then I found a couple of like really simple but beautiful, like this scarf is beautiful, and I love it because it's very simple, but the colors do all the work.
Yeah.
And then I found one online that was also like a Noro scarf. It's kind of similar, like the colors do all the work, and it's just very beautiful and subtle. And so they had a loom out, and I played with it and decided, oh, okay, I need one. So I bought a Cricut 15-inch rigid heddle loom. This is made by Shot, and I warped it with some silk, and I'm weaving with some hand spun. And this I think is Diabolical, and it's chocolate wine and roses.
Were you in her club at one point?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
And I think I probably should have started with something heavier than lace weight, because then I'd probably be done by now.
Because but you've made a lot of progress.
Yeah, I mean, it's wrapped around the apron bar in the front, so I have made quite a bit of progress. And I would say for anybody who's kind of on the fence, it's really easy. It's very easy to do, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. Like, I just have to find, so my only issue is with the knitting, I can sit in a comfortable chair with my legs crossed and knit and just be comfortable in my nice cushiony, little cove. And with this, I haven't quite figured out a good position to do that in yet, to like be really super comfortable, because it needs to be clamped to a table or propped against one. It's got these little indentations here where you can prop it against a table. So I just have to find the right position to where I can be super comfortable so I can do it for long periods of time. But that's the 15-inch. They also make a 10-inch, and I think they're like $159 or $169.
Very cool.
So I'm happy. It's something new. I don't ever plan to get into, don't ever say don't ever, right? But I don't expect to get into anything really intricate like what Diane's been doing for her homework, for her classes. It's beautiful, but that's just not something I plan to get into.
You just want to do some plain weaves.
Very simple weaves. But I'm having fun with it. So
it's very cool.
Yeah. So you should talk for a while.
Okay. So at Pearl Soho, I got 2 skeins of yarn and a bag and a pattern. The yarn that I got, and I just wound it, and this was going to be what I cast on later, but I'm having reservations now. So it's Swan's Island Natural Colors Collection, 100% merino wool in their fingering weight in teal. It looks like that. It's really, really pretty.
And my winder hates her, so.
Yeah, and the winder kind of ate it. So instead of being one big ball, it's 2 small balls now, which is still fun because it's like 570 yards. But as we were winding it, and there was a tag on it, and this is kind of like stupid. You should read.
Yeah.
It's an indigo based color, which I thought was very cool when I read that. And then I read it when I got home, and that means that there's going to be a lot of rub off. Mm-hmm. And when we were winding it, our hands were kind of blue at the end.
Yeah.
And then I went on Ravelry because I was intending to do Paula of Knitting Pipeline's new shawl with this.
Gills Rock.
Gills Rock. And I have size 5s with me, and I thought, man, that would be perfect. It's a very light fingering. And people are saying like the color's coming off on their clothes when they wear it. And so now I don't know. I've got to sit and kind of think about it. So if any of you have any experience with this yarn, that would be good to know as well.
Yeah, post in the episode thread.
Yeah, that would be good. So this was the first thing that I bought, and it's really, really soft. It's very cool,
nice.
And it's a made in America yarn, and it's organic, and it's just very cool. And I like the fact that the footprint on it is very, very small for the most part. But I don't know. It's just one of those things. My friend Suze gave me a bag full of goodies.
She's a sweet
for my birthday. It's so cute. It's owls. It's one of the bird leg bags. It's the largest one. It's awesome. She is super sweet. I should put that tag back in that bag before I lose it.
It'll end up here, and God knows what happens after that.
And then I got a big pink bag because I thought it was very cool, and it zips at the top, and it's waterproof. So I thought that would be helpful. That's what the difference were. And then the other skein of yarn I got was also Swan's Island in their Natural Colors collection. And I'm not an orange fan, and y'all know that, but this was just too pretty to pass up. It's their worsted and bittersweet, and it is like just gorgeous.
The orange leaves at Rhinebeck. It's very similar in color to that.
It's worsted weight, 250 yards per skein, size 8 needles. And it's just really, really pretty. Organic merino wool. And it's made in Maine, USA. But like I was saying earlier, the price point on these is a little bit more than I typically would spend for a worsted weight. This was $33.50.
For 200 yards?
For 250 yards. Okay. So, I'm more of a Cascade 220 girl. So that kind of like, I've been looking at it a long time. My friend Lynn and my friend Steven really have and Mel have been singing its praises. So I really wanted a special yarn to remember my birthday with. Yeah. So this is what I got. And then we went to another store. Oh, and this is the pattern that I got. Because I had seen this online. And it is just, and they had a sample there. And it is just super, super cute.
I will say that for Pearl Soho, they had swatches of everything and samples everywhere, which was beautiful. And the shop was really nicely laid out.
And the people were super nice as well. They were awesome. And then we went to Nitty City, which was a little bit more cramped, but lots and lots of stuff.
They did have a ton of yarn.
And I got Metal and Tosh Chunky in the Stargazing colorway, which is really, really pretty. It's a dark blue with hints of green on the undertones. And this is going to be either a cowl or a hat. Very, very pretty. And then I also got, and I've been eyeing this since I saw it at Loop in Philly around Christmas time. It's a Tiny Empress set put out by Blue Sky Alpaca, but it's, let me unfold. It's like an old sewing pattern, kind of, sort of.
Well, that's the style. That
yeah,
it's
the style.
But it is a knitting pattern.
Yeah. But you unfold it and it looks like that. And it's for that hat and those booties. And it's just very, very cute. And I could probably figure that pattern out, but the way it was packaged just sold it to me, and I thought y'all would think that was kind of cool too.
It is very cute, and it's
then
a
on the
great
other
way
side,
to sell it because it's beautifully laid out.
There's the little alpacas that make the yarn. So, just a very clever marketing.
And it came with the skein of yarn, right?
Yeah, I bought the skein of yarn that goes with it, which is, look, y'all, comes in this little bag. And then there's a skein of Royal Alpaca to make the little wristers with. And the hat. You might need two for that. I'm probably just going to do the hat. And I have a friend who's going to have a little baby boy soon. So I thought that would be a cute little shower present for her.
And she's a knitter, so she can take care of a non-superwash.
She knows how to do all that. So that's what I got, and Leslie was good and didn't get anything at Nitty City.
Yeah, mainly because I was thrilled that it was very busy, because I always love to see a local yarn shop busy, but I don't do super well in crowds, so I was like, I'm just going to kind of take a break and chill. But I got to talk to one of the ladies who worked there, who I had met at Spring Fling, so that was nice.
Suze, I think.
I am terrible with names. I don't remember her name, but I remember her face.
She was really sweet.
She was. And then we came back and kind of took a siesta, another nap. And we stayed up, got up and had a nice dinner. We went to AC yesterday. We went to Atlantic City and
had an awesome dinner. I had crab mac and cheese, which was delicious.
And it was rainy. We were going to walk on the boardwalk, but it was rainy. But Laura got rock candy, so that was good. And
sugar is always good.
I wanted to take Laura to see, so anybody who has been to the local Atlantic City area, there's a Lucy the Elephant, which is a building that's built in the shape of an elephant. And it was built in 1882, I think. And there were others built after it that were in the shape of elephant. There were 2 others, but they didn't survive. This one has survived. And you can take tours of it now. You climb up the legs. It's
There's
a spiral
staircase in the legs.
And you can take a tour, and it's served as a bunch of different things over the years. It's been a hotel, it's been a restaurant, it's been offices.
A bar.
Now it's a national landmark, so you can take tours of it. And I was going to take Laura today, but they were closed. They're closed on Mondays. Everything's closed on Mondays. Like all the local yarn shops are closed on Mondays too, which, I mean, they have to have a life too. I get that, but damn it, I want
We're
to
going to
shop.
hang out and just have a good time till my flight leaves at 6.
Yes.
I wanted to say thank you to everyone for all the birthday wishes. Clark, I got on just briefly in the car, really on our way back from New York City, and it had exploded, and so had the Ravelry group, and that was just so sweet. So thank you so much for thinking of me on my birthday and wishing me well.
And the birthday month of Lala has come to an end.
It has. It's April 1st now.
Yeah.
So.
We were going to do an awesome April Fool's joke, but then we suck at planning. So, April Fool's. Let's see if I got anything cool in the mail this week. Oh, I did get another crafty girl.
Really?
Because I have a friend who's getting married, and I offered to knit her some socks for her wedding. And she's having a very like steampunk wedding. It's awesome.
Really?
It's awesome. I'm stoked about it. And so I got with her on the color, and then I worked with Ponky to get exactly what I wanted. So she said I bought these beautiful blue, kind of navy-ish skeins. And so by next week I'll have cast on the first sock because the wedding is in late April. So I need to really get on it like now. So I'll cast these on probably later tonight once I get home. But yeah. I think that's the only thing I really got this week in the mail, which is good because holy God, I had a lot of stuff. Yeah, I think that's it. Do you have anything else? Anything else you want to talk about that we did?
No, not really.
I want to thank folks for the suggestions in the New York
That was awesome.
State of Mind thread. We didn't get to go everywhere. We did go to Dylan's Candy Bar, which was fun. It was also...
It was super packed because it was the day before Easter.
Yeah, mental note. Don't go to
I
a
got
candy
rock
store.
candy there too.
Do you see a pattern?
I'm a little bit obsessed with the sugar.
Yeah. And New York was fun. It was very... Like when we got there, it wasn't quite... The city hadn't sort of woken up yet. But by around noon, it was a little bit crazy.
It was lots of fun.
I got my first... It was the first time I had been on the New York City subway system. First time I had been in the back of a cab.
It's the first time I'd ever been in the back of a cab. Yeah. We typically ride in the back of police cars.
Yeah, that's how we roll. The cab drivers there are very aggressive.
And they're driving.
I guess they have to be.
Yeah.
But it was a fun city. I'm definitely looking forward to going back. I want to go to the Lion Brand Studio. There's a bunch of yarn shops we didn't get to go to that I want to go to again. So we'll definitely be visiting again.
Yep.
But yeah, fun. Laura goes back today.
Yep.
And then...
resumes work tomorrow.
Oh, we need to talk about our recording schedule.
Yes, because it's going to be crazy for the month of April.
Yeah, it is. It's just going to be all sorts of whacked. But, so I leave... So today is Monday, April 1st. On Sunday, April, whatever that is, 8th, I guess, 7th, 3, 4, 5, 7th, I fly out and go to Cleveland, and I'll be there for 8 days. I'll come back late Sunday, the following Sunday. So we're going to record on Saturday the 6th and get that. I'll do my very best to get that up. I'll have to because I can't do it from afar. And then what day you're going to... Fort Worth?
I'm going to Texas.
San Antonio.
San Antonio. The weekend of like the 19th, 20th, sometime in there.
Okay, so we'll record Saturday the 6th, and then the following week we'll record on that Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next weekend, I don't know yet.
We'll figure it out.
We'll do
either Monday or
But
Tuesday.
Our schedule will be off by at least a day until the very end of April. but we'll put it on the boards.
Y'all will be used to that by this point.
It's not like we're regular. I mean, it's hard with us recording separately, especially when we have tech problems, because typically we record late Sunday evening. Like for me, it's normally 8:30, and then by the time that we finish and I've gotten it put on my file server and then imported into the editing program, it's like 10 o'clock. And so at 10 o'clock, it's not the best time to make decisions about technical problems. So
we're gonna try to record earlier in the day so that doesn't stress you out quite as much.
It's just like last week when we had those technical problems, I was like, fuck it, I'm done. I'm never recording again. You know, now I'm fine, but it is more difficult, but we will persevere. Dang it. But yeah, I'm so glad to have Laura here, and I wish she would stay.
Time with you.
But you know,
my boss might not be down with that.
Yeah. But anyhow, we are going to go hang out and maybe visit a shop in Philly, have some lunch, take it easy.
Chill like we've been doing this whole time.
Like when Laura comes, we don't try to fit a ton of stuff in, because I mean, like we talk to each other every day, so we do what we would have done separately. We just do it together. Sometimes that's napping.
Sometimes that's reading.
Yeah.
In the same room and just chilling.
Ignoring each other completely and reading. Yeah. So anyhow, thank you guys so much for bearing with us through all of our craziness, and we adore you guys a ton. We wouldn't be doing this if we weren't talking to somebody, so
exactly.
Thank you. And we'll see you guys next week.
Sometime
eventually.
Bye y'all.